Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The ban on Nigerian flight to EU came up some months ago when the EU countries lifted the ban on international flight. Nigeria was enlisted among the countries that they do not need any flight from our country. Some said it was because of the incidence of coronavirus in the country, and likewise Nigeria, let's call it a retaliation, kind of retaliated by also ensuring that some of those countries where our flights were prevented from going in, we placed a ban on their flights coming in. But right now, the EUs are almost on their knees begging Nigeria that they should be a reconsideration as they entered into a meeting. According to the news, the federal government and envoy of European Union (EU) on Friday in Abuja met to resolve the issue of access to airspace following the ban on some airline by the Nigerian government. The news agency of Nigeria reported that the meeting is coming after federal government opened its airspace on September 5th. The federal government had banned some airlines which include Lufthansa, Air France, KLM, Royal Dutch Airline due to coronavirus pandemic. Speaking to journalists at the end of the closed-door meeting, Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onyema said the meeting was at the instance of the EU envoy. Onyema said that the meeting also discussed the issue of access to the European space of passengers coming from Nigeria, stating that the Nigerian side was very keen on knowing what exactly applies to Nigerians. He further said there was obviously some misinformation which made the situation altogether not very clear. According to him, he said, "We understand that this has created some concern and tensions, so we are here to listen to each other diplomatically and politely, and in a friendly manner to try and see how we can begin to resolve outstanding issues of concern on either side. So, what we have asked the European side to let us have is the detailed information on how Nigerians that can access European space from Nigeria. So, which category of Nigerians can, in this present time and with the release and restriction announced by the EU, are affected? Who are the people considered unessential travel? And what chances does an average Nigerian have to visit a European country from here? So to give us that information so that every Nigerian will be in a position to know whether they can access the European space irrespective of the fact whether they have a visa or no visa. There are a lot of Nigerians who have long-term visas, 2 years, Schengen visa, and so forth, and clearly not all of them are able or have to right now as it stands to enter Europe. So we want to have that information, Onyema stated. Onyema also said that the Nigerian side decided and pointed out that just as the EU review its policies every 2 weeks, the Nigerian government is also doing same and also looking into the policy during our PTF meeting. Ambassador Ketil Carlson, head of EU delegation to Nigeria, said the availability of flight from Europe to Nigeria was very essential due to the ongoing collaboration between the EU and Nigeria. Carlson also said the EU appealed to its partner on the Nigerian side to reconsider the possibility of having again some of the larger air carriers from Europe flying with Nigeria. He added that Nigeria was never picked out, even as he said there was never a ban against flight coming from Nigeria to Europe. Nigeria was never picked out. There was never a ban against flight coming from Nigeria to Europe. There was never, as I see it, a retaliation or reciprocity at play here. Merely what Europe had done is exactly the same that Nigeria has done, namely looking at very carefully what essential groups of people should come in at a time of crisis, and how can we provide protocols to handle that in terms of testing and isolation if needed. In his remark, Minister of Aviation Hadi Sidika said Europe is the strongest partner of Nigeria as far as aviation sector is concerned. Sidika said that whatever was done was not targeted at the EU and was subject to review. Now reports that in attendance from the Nigerian side were the Minister of Health, Osage Hanere, Minister of State Health, Senator Mamura, the national coordinator of the Presidential Task Force (PTF) on COVID-19, Dr. Alihu, Sani Alihu. The EU delegation included the ambassador of Germany, Netherlands, and France. Quite interesting, I tell you. Oftentimes we have been relegated to the background and looked upon as if Africa does not have anything to offer. At some point, it seems as if the Europeans are more superior to Nigerians. But with what has just happened now, it clearly shows that whether they call it we are trying to reciprocate, whether they said it is a form of retaliation, for me, I feel that it is an ideal thing to do, just to let the person know that you cannot be looking at me as an option and I look at you as a necessity. Nigerians are having a field day in terms of some of our people walking over there. They are having a field day the same way as Europeans also are having a field day here in Nigeria. Most of these patriots that we see in this country, they are traceable to the European countries, like the Franks and all of that. They work in some of our, international companies here in Nigeria. A lot of them have a lot of, collaboration with the country, and there are some bilateral trade taking place between companies in European countries and some companies here in Nigeria. So you look at it, you now realize that whatever relationship that is subsisting is actually a symbiotic relationship, a mutual relationship where both sides are actually enjoying it. So a situation whereby you kind of play down on our airspace, play down on a flight coming from Nigeria, and you feel that Nigerians should keep quiet and allow you to come in. No, now it's not done that way. At least, just like the one of the guy from France, ambassador from France, rightly say, there should be a spell out conditions, that these are the conditions that you people will meet. We know that there is increased number of coronavirus in your country, likewise in our country. So these are the things that we must observe if we must allow flight from your country to come into our country. We can't see a situation whereby flights are coming in from your country to Nigeria and our flights are not going there. We have to build our own airspace. We have to also allow a business for our own airline. You cannot fly, come down, pack some passengers from there, go there just like, and we'll be keeping quiet. I think it's a very good one by the Ministry of Aviation in that regard, because it has helped to curb a lot of things and also to make them realize that they have to look at Nigeria as a partner in progress. Well, understand one of the important things that we have in this country is our population. Nigeria is I think in terms of population, we are the highest populated black nation, and being just a highly populated black nation, it doesn't just stop there. There is this earnest craving because of, unfortunately, technological backwardness of this country. There is this craving for much importation from them, which is to their own benefit. You understand? So if we are blessing your exports, that's by bringing in their export into our country, and you are not allowing us also to come into your country freely, or not even just Nigerians coming in, but our airlines coming in there. It therefore means that you're trivializing us, and it seems you don't really value the relationship that is subsisting between the two countries, and that is why they need to be a holdback, a drawback. They have an intention of getting back to each other after 2 weeks, because right now they need to sit back and look at some of the protocols that will enable the two countries or the European nations to travel in here. That's their airlines to travel in here, and also our airlines to travel in there. And from there, I strongly believe that whatever they will bring or come up with, Nigerians also will come up with the same thing, and we will now strike a deal to operate together. It was really a smart one from Nigeria, because it's high time we start placing value on ourselves. We can't always be an option, and we keep making the European countries a necessity. We'll give you an update today, because they say 2 weeks from now that they will debrief Nigerians what is expected of them, especially considering the fact that coronavirus is still very viable in Africa and also Europe. So we'll look at that, and then we'll communicate it to you. Go to our comment section. What do you think?